Good morning, guys. CJ coming at you with a video very different than the one I was originally going to post, which was going to be about why you need a personal trainer or why you don't. Today's video is going to be about setbacks. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I'm experiencing some setbacks right now. I woke up and found out that my body's really protesting whatever it is I've been doing to it. So my low back is incredibly sore. My right elbow can't extend all the way, and my knees are a bit sore as well. So today is a huge setback for me, and that's going to be what this video is about, setbacks, because we're all going to have them. And the whole reason, you guys don't need to hear my story. You really don't, but the only reason I put them out there, the only reason I do videos where I really kind of tell you what I'm going through is because I know that if I'm going through it, some of you are as well. Somebody out there is having problems with their body and they're trying to hit a fitness goal and it feels like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening again. And I want to put this out there and give you some tools that not only will help you, but that I'll follow today especially to keep you on track and to keep you from falling off that wagon completely, because that's what it does. Every enterprise, no matter what it is going to have a setback. Relationships are going to have setbacks. Your business is going to have a setback. Your body's going to have a setback. Everything. It's just part of the game. No one ever goes from the start line to the finish line without a setback. It just doesn't happen. It's part of living. It's part of the process. And sometimes the setbacks we feel like we can handle, and sometimes, as today, we feel like, oh no, I can't do this. And believe me when I tell you, I know how that feels. So, what do we do? What do we do when we have a setback like this? Well, there's a concept in fitness, flexibility, which is way more than people give it credit for. A lot of people just think flexibility is how far can you stretch. It's just not the point at all. Flexibility is the ability of a joint to go through its full range of motion. That means it can work properly. And as a complete present time example, my right elbow right now is very stiff, and when I try to extend it all the way, it pulls back and hurts. So I can't extend that elbow to its full range of motion, which means everything I'm doing with that is compromised. Okay, so the problem with lack of flexibility, whether that flexibility is in your body or in your emotional makeup or in your mindset, the problem with a lack of flexibility is you can't move forward smoothly. Everything you're doing is compromised. You find yourself stuck on a mindset arguing with someone really heatedly. That means you're inflexible in your mind and you have no flexibility toward listening to another mind, another point of view. It's only going to hurt you. It's only going to stand you in bad stead. Same thing is true in your business. Same thing is true in your body. So if I just had one way of trying to get healthier and more fit, and I went through what I'm going through right now, I'd be hosed. I'd be off. What can I do? I can't do the things I want to do. I can't go lift heavy. I can't straighten this arm out right now. So I have to be flexible and try to figure out another way. Okay, so I'm trying to give you something to think about when the inevitable happens and you find that setback is popping up and you're like, you just feel so put off. Like, why is it one more thing I have to now deal with? That's life. And life is awesome, but it's not often fair. That's a very important distinction to make. Life really isn't fair. I mean, sometimes you're just dealt a crap hand. Sometimes you're dealt an awesome hand, and that's great, but the thing of it is it's never an excuse because you were dealt a crap hand. It's never an excuse for you not to do what you set out to do, because there's just been too many examples of people that have been dealt unbelievably bad hands and became unbelievable successes in every aspect. I'm not just talking about, making a ton of money. I'm just in every aspect of their life. So there really isn't an excuse, not for me and not for anybody out there. If you want the life you want and you want to make that happen, if you want, let's just focus in on the body. If you want the body you want, then there's no excuse for you not to go get it. Not from setbacks, not from turmoil, not from anything. What you have to do is embrace that concept of flexibility. Embrace the concept of not being just rutted into a single approach. And when you do that, then when something comes up like it is for me today, you find another way of moving forward. I went out, I took a slow walk. It was about the best I could do. Not happy with it, but here's the other thing that I am happy with. I actually sat outside just now. It's very hot. I'm in shorts. I sat outside and I was literally starting to just sweat because it's so warm. And I just felt so good because it's a beautiful, beautiful summer day. It's still August, thank God. I don't want the summer to ever end. I feel so good, and I could kind of focus my mind on that, on what's working, on what's good. And it's not going to solve the problem, but here's a real key insight. Which is the best mindset to solve the problem from? Depressed, overwhelmed, anxious, and worried, or cheerful and happy? Which brings up the last thing I'm going to talk about, which is, okay, you're in that state, you've had your setback. What are you going to do? You're already starting to feel that depression, that overwhelmed, I don't want to do it thing. I can't believe this is happening thing is settling in. What are you going to do? Change your perspective. That's the last thing I'm going to say today for you. Change your perspective. Get out and do something. Not for nothing. Get outside. And if get outside doesn't work for you, find whatever it is that does work for you. Go to a museum. Go to a library. I don't know what. If you can't work out, like today, I couldn't change my perspective by working out because right now that would be detrimental. But I went out and took a walk, and I went out in the sunshine, and it's really hot and sunny. It was supposed to be rainy all day today. It's hot and sunny, and the breeze feels good. And that alone just changed my perspective just that much. And when you can do that, it just inserts itself between you and that overwhelmed, depressed feeling. And now you can look at your challenges and these setbacks in a whole new way. Like, okay, this is just nothing. I've known people that have had setbacks to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm not talking about people that are like celebrities. I'm talking about people that I know. And they've had to come back from that. So, this is nothing. This is not a big deal. I'll get by this. And actually just saying that to you is making me really feel that. It's the reason I post these videos. I want you guys to see that this is all doable. That this is not just some kind of, word play or word game or, whatever. This is doable. You can refocus your mind on what's working and acknowledge what's not. Don't invalidate yourself for feeling bad. It's okay, but just don't stay there. Find out what it's going to take to change that perspective, to break that pattern, and then refocus on where you want to go, on what you want to do. And actually, for me, doing this video is part of that. In telling you what's going on with me, I know that you guys are probably going through some similar issues. And I hope that when I tell you my stories, my wins, as well as my setbacks, that you can see your wins and your setbacks in the proper light and not be so, subsumed by them, so completely, overwhelmed and encapsulated in them that you can't find a way to get out. Which I'm going to leave you with a complete example of changing that perspective. My life had gotten to the point where even though on paper it was going exactly where I wanted to, I was winning, I was getting my goals, and I know you've seen this in other videos, I know I posted this, but I wasn't happy with it. And what I thought, the conclusion I reached was that I was just done with New Jersey, that it was just time to go. But that wasn't the truth. The truth was very, very simple, and I either didn't have the capacity or somehow or other didn't want to face it. And the truth was this: I was just simply depressed. I was just very, very depressed. I had gotten overwhelmed. I had gotten depressed over a long period of time due to a lot of circumstances that had come up, which I'm not going to rehash here, that I just no longer even could see where I was myself. All I knew was I just kept coping and kept moving and kept going on. So does that mean it was a mistake to move to Carolina? Absolutely not. It probably was the second best thing I've done, as I've said in videos before, because it changed my perspective. It got me out of my life. It got me surrounded by my family. It helped me really. I remember waking up on a day and feeling better and going, what the heck actually just happened? Well, what happened was I had not been paying attention, and I had slowly been stepping down until all it was a lot of vain attempts to feel better about my life. And that's just not a way to live. And getting out of here and changing that perspective and seeing things, that there's life out there happening, that there's people doing things, it just completely opened me up. And as soon as I did, I realized, where I belong. I don't know that I won't move back to Carolina sometime. I don't know that I will, but I know without question, I knew back in January 28th to be exact, I knew where I belonged, and I belonged right here. And that was such a beautiful moment, even though I had no idea how I was going to make it happen. And I did. And just that change in perspective, that step back and seeing your life from that little bit of a distance can really, really help you. If you're so close to your issues, if you're so close to your problems, you're so close to your challenges, it's very hard to find a solution to them, because all you are is just feeling that, you're just experiencing that sense of dread and overwhelm and injustice, and it's not going to help you. So change that perspective. Get away from where you are. Meditate. Go to visit a friend. Go to therapy. Move. I don't know. Go to the shore. Go to the mountains. Do what it takes. Find that place that you go to where your perspective is completely altered, and I promise you, you will see all your challenges from a different perspective, and then that's going to only help you move past them. They're not overwhelming. They all can be solved. Me personally today, I just feel better making this video. I feel better now than when I started this video. I don't know if you can see it on the vid, but I do. I'm going to spend the rest of today just kind of focusing in on what I can do. It's going to be sketchy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm going to have to be living on a little bit of Advil today. I don't know. But I do know that this is not a big deal. And it's certainly not the big deal it was when I woke up this morning and how I felt. So there it is for you guys. Keep that internal thermostat set at sunny 75. Keep shining your light on people. I love you guys. Thank you so much for always being with me on these silly vids. And who knows where this trip will go as well. But take care, and I will see you soon. Peace.